I'm Farnia Fresnel, a former vestry member, former transition committee member, a current usher, and chair of the Stewardship Committee. I'm reminded as we enter the fall and things are starting to change, it was just a few years ago that we welcomed Reverend Samantha, Connor, and Joshua to Philadelphia. And in the time since, I continue to be reminded of our revolutionary spirit. I love to say that Samantha is a dynamic problem solver. In the northwest corner, so just that corner of the sanctuary, there were pews that were removed. And in a church like this one, where it's so historic and everything means something, that is revolutionary. That's different. But the reason this was done was to welcome young families to our church and make this place more hospitable for them. And in the time since, there's Thea and Vienna Lit back there with the Lit family, and I find it immensely gratifying when I'm able to shake hands at the sign of the peace with some of the youngest in our congregation. That's a dynamic problem solver. She's engaged our lay people and developed them. It was just a few weeks ago that we heard Andy preach. And as he honors his call to ministry, Samantha has created a nurturing environment for him to do so. That's what we asked for. Several volunteers have begun to become bell ringers or contributed their musical gifts to this church. We welcome Matt Ing, Chris Norris, Kathy Scarborough, who brought their gifts to this church. Greg Prestigore, just a couple weeks ago, dedicated a beautiful painting in this church. That's talent, and that's what we have here at Christ Church. We're seeing change, and I'm reminded that this is what we asked for in our parish profile years ago. I'm reminded that even during our transition, we had an associate rector. Yet Reverend Samantha, who continues to exceed our asks and our needs, she doesn't. So we value her, and if you value her, just clap it up for her for a second, because I know I do. We value her, and we value this place. And in this time, Christ Church needs us, just like during the transition, just like any other time. Christ Church needs every single one of you. The church needs help, not only to fill the gap of an associate, but as Anne, who has served as our finance warden for the past years, has been able to balance our budget with everything that you've been giving. So first, thank you. Thank you for showing up again for Christ Church. And in this time, as we prepare for a more revolutionary spirit, as we welcome the 250th anniversary of this country, things are going to get busier. And what we don't want is to burn out our rector. So the ask is this. Today we are relaunching the beautiful campaign that we started last year, which is called T3 at CC, which means bring your time, your talent, and your treasure here, because all of it is welcome. And I just want to give a shout out to Jen Miller, who actually designed that. If you guys just turn around and look, that T3 at CC, Jen Miller designed that. So that's an example of talent coming right here to the church, and we are grateful. So what is going to happen? Over the next few months, what is the ask? The next few months, we're going to share pledge cards, so you will receive pledge cards just like last year, and how you can help. There are plenty of ways you can help. One is just to show up. Every time we see your faces, that's a gift. Show up to events, show up to committee meetings. That is showing up, and that is your talent, your presence. Two, give your energy. If you have a talent that we don't know about, bring it here. Just this morning, there was a couple who didn't speak English, and they spoke Italian, and we found someone among us that was able to speak with them and welcome them here to Christ Church. Lastly, for no more than your daily cup of Joe at Starbucks, if you were to contribute that to our budget, we would be able to fill some of the gaps that we're experiencing. One, being an associate. Two, being some of the structural challenges that we have in the church right now. Three, little things like security. There's lots of things that we can use But as we begin the more aggressive budget for next year, please consider how you might contribute. So there are QR codes in our leaflets nowadays. That's an innovation that happened over the past few years. And this year, not only will we have the physical pledge cards, but we'll continue to have a digital pledge card, which was also introduced just last year. So as we get started, I welcome you to T3 at CC. We're going to celebrate. And when you return your pledge cards, we're actually going to invite you to dress up in costumes, because that's going to be spooky, spooky Stewardship week. And then we will return pledge cards right before Halloween. So that's it for now. Thank you for all you've done. And thank you for what you're about to do, because we are Christ Church and we always meet the need. Thank you.